I'm going to go ahead and pull his up. And I'll just begin, we'll just go through a case, and maybe I'll answer enough, some questions, hopefully, for all the rest of you by describing his data and what we're seeing. The data are reported out in two sets, two different types of data. First is what we call the cardiovascular part of it. And so here we have the lipoprotein little a, and it's high. That is a cardiovascular risk factor. By the way, there is...
Is this a Crohn person or is this a random?
Yes, this is nothing but Crohn CR people that we're reviewing. Yep, this is Dean Pomelow.
What does ION stand for again?
ION is an acronym for Individual Optimal Nutrition. And the ION profile per se is really restricted to just nutrients. That is, we made sure that we included a profile that as much as possible covered all nutrients. Now, in doing that, the best profile as a single marker for mineral status that we came up with was erythrocyte minerals. And because of the way that's run, using in that case, it's ICP-MS instrument, and you can do multiple analyte. Once you get it going and you get the sample aspirated, you can do toxics as well as nutrients. So we gather all that data at one time. And so we said, okay, we'll go ahead and so we have toxic metals in the erythrocyte profile. That's the only thing that's out, well, that's one of the areas that's outside of just looking at nutrients. Anyway, the cardiovascular is separate. The ION is primarily nutrients and then looks at some toxicants. So you can order a cardiovascular profile from Metametrics where all the ion components that bear on heart disease are included. So we report out erythrocyte magnesium, for example, coenzyme Q10 in serum, vitamin E in serum, and that sort of thing, which is in lipid peroxides, which bear on heart disease. If you order cardio with the ion, then this set comes out separately. So, is there a mark? I think there's a pointer in here. Here we go. Is that laser? Oh. Thank you. Okay, maybe I can point this way. So, what I was saying about lipoprotein little a, there is a new bit of data about modifiable factors for this. In fact, I just came back from the Functional Medicine Conference in Tucson, and the theme of that conference was Heart on Fire. It's all about inflammatory conditions being the predisposing major factor in heart disease. Not cholesterol. It's a related factor. Good. And so forth. Interestingly, there was a good bit of talk about some medications that are having broader applications, especially the the cholesterol-lowering drugs, Lipitor and so forth. Those are being found to have anti-inflammatory properties. And as I recall, one of the effects that's been reported is to lower lipoprotein little a. I believe that was. Have you heard that?
No.
You haven't? Okay. Well, don't cite me on that either. At any rate, there may be some ways to modify that. Offhand, we're not sure. So it's a genetic factor. Just how much it plays in, if you have everything else looking good, is a very difficult question to answer. Probably not real strongly. That is, it doesn't mean that Dean's going to die of heart disease just because this is high at all, because he's working in such a wonderful way compared to most people who have this factor to control the other things. Now, as we're going to see before we get to the end of his profile, there are some other things very significant that do add into his risk, and so, but those are modifiable. Those are directly modifiable, and so we can control those. The C-reactive protein, this is fairly characteristic of CR, very low C-reactive protein, so the inflammatory state is very controlled, it looks like. Ferritin is actually, the little chart looks a little bit off. That 66 on this range should be a little bit up in this, to the right of that. But at any rate, it's very low in this normal range, looking fine. Fibrinogen, an independent factor for clotting, looks fine also. And then here's the insulin. We've already heard about all that. Any other questions about this? I really don't want to say more than I need to say.
Just a quick question about that. I had seen some stuff that said when you measure lipoprotein A, that you should also include B in it, and the relationship might be the same as with HDL and LDL. That is, A should be higher and B should be lower. I'm wondering if we have.
Yeah, he's asking about measuring other apoproteins, that is, apolipoprotein little b is another one that tends to me be more associated, I think, with HDL particles. And that's why I think they're looking at that ratio as one potential.
These are sitting with LDL.
LDL, okay. Well, there's something to that. I think the apoprotein story is quite complex. You can get information about your tendency to have favorable lipids by looking at those ratios. If you have someone who knows how to interpret that data properly. That's all we can tell you about it, Paul. Warren?
Other than that lipoprotein A, everything else looks beautiful CR, does it not?
It does look beautiful CR, and everything else looks beautiful in general, in the general population, except for the testosterone. In other words, that low testosterone in most people who are at libido eating and maybe a little on the heavy side with their weight and so forth is a definite negative risk factor for heart disease. And so
we all have low testosterone, do we not?
You do.
Pre-androgen, we all have low testosterone.
Absolutely, you do.
So that's good.
Well, it's one of those areas that, yes, we think is good, probably.
By definition, right?
Well, that's to be careful with that.
That's a CR characteristic signature that you expect to see.
And see, that's where we have to have a rationale to say, why is it good? It's not good for other people. Why is it good for you? And my rationale is other people who have much high body mass index, that's one of the things testosterone does. It maintains the ability to keep all that tissue going, let's say. You just take tissue away from the body. It doesn't have to have the anabolic hormones to keep all the balance of the processes, catabolic and anabolic, running, and you don't need the testosterone.
Right.
That's my twist on it, to put it in terms you might can understand.
I think that's quite accurate.
Well, I hope it is. Again, that's just a guess, but I mean, we have to make some judgments, and certainly because